Hi, Shruti.
Hi, Fazal.
Yeah,
Has the video gone by?
yeah, it's gone. We can start. Yeah.
Okay, so good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining on this show. Today, I am so excited to have Fazal Shabir with us in this program of The Undefeated Soul. So, very, very warm welcome to you. And if you have joined in, do chat and do send comments so that we know you're listening and we can feel connected to our audience also. So today it's going to be a great show. I'm going to have a very inspiring conversation with Fazal, and I hope all of you are as excited to meet Fazal as I am. A little bit about Fazal before we start chatting. Fazal is a best-selling author, and I have his book with me right here. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Yes, City Under
Yes, we can
Curfew.
see now.
It's available on the Amazon, and it's a collection of very wonderful stories which I have been reading, and I will discuss one of my favorite stories today. So, um, and it's not that he's just a writer; he has 15 years of corporate experience, and he has also been associated with the marathon from right the day one it started. Yeah, Fazal, was it 2004? Yes.
Yeah, so Mumbai
And he's a
Marathon
judo
started in
expert.
2004. Yeah,
2004, yes. So he's like a
yeah.
pioneer in marathon. And what's intriguing about Fazal is that he has never given up. He has come a long way. And I was absolutely awestruck when he told me that, he started his journey as a child in a shawl, wanting to really top his class, working hard to study so that he could really change the future, which he has done so successfully. So I would really want you to share something, Fazal, about your childhood with all of us to inspire us.
Okay. So I spent the early years of my childhood in a chawl in Mumbai. So chawl is a system where lots of people stay in a small place, and there are lots of common facilities also. So it was just a 9 feet by 9 feet room, which in which we used to stay, me, my mom, my dad, and my younger brother. And in that room itself, we had our bathroom, we had our kitchen. So everything, it was our whole house, bathroom, kitchen, hall, bedroom, everything was inside that. And the toilet was outside. We were not even having our own toilet, so we had to share the toilet with 8 other families. So that was my childhood. And it was a tough period, because the life over there is not easy. You can get influenced by lots of bad influence very early in life if you are not careful. So that was my life. It was a good struggle, I would say, which was there in the initial period of my life, and it made me quite tough, actually. Yes.
So tell us something about like you. I remember you mentioning this earlier also, like, how to stay away from bad influences. I think that will really help the youth
Hmm.
today because as we see,
Right.
there is so much of drugs and so much of negative influence and so much of peer pressure in our society these days. So,
Yes.
what is it that you did and what helped you to actually steer clear of any negativity that came your way, any toxicity that came
Yeah.
your way? What did you
Okay.
do?
Okay. So I would credit my mother for that. So my mother is a teacher. So my mother used to teach in a school. Now she is retired. So my mother used to do one thing. I remember that it was not only me and my brother, but all the other kids also of our chawl. She used to teach them. So we she used to ensure that it is not only us that don't get into bad habits, but even the other children of the chawl. They also study well. She used to take tuitions for all these children, and not only me, but even the other children. They used to stay in our house for a long time. They used to come to study, and it was a very good influence from my mother's side. And very early in my life, I had realized that if I have to get off this situation, and I need to have a better life, then education is very important, right? So
And you
my
went
mom,
on to
yeah,
become an engineer and you did your post graduation in management and you
that's
made
right,
it to
that's right.
a corporate person, with a
Yes,
white collar job. It's so, so
yes,
amazing. I am really proud
yes,
of
it is.
you. And praise be
Thank
to
you so
you,
much.
Fazal. As your name, you told me, means praise. Your name
Yes.
is very apt. So,
Thank you so much,
congratulations
Ritu.
on that. So, and tell me, like this program is supposed to be a very inspiring program for everybody. So, failures are, they say, the pillars of success. So, I
Yes.
wanted to talk certain things about, when you failed and you overcame those issues to, move on in
Mm.
what you really wanted to do. So, can
Yeah.
you tell me something about that? I believe you had a lot of problems as a sports person, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
especially before, but when you really started doing a lot of marathons, you got injured. So, can you just
Yes.
share something about that time and what you went through and how you, strengthened yourself? कैसे संघर्ष किया and how did you get over all that?
So, I am a judo player. I'm a judo black belt, and I have won at state level. So I used to be a judo player. I used to play in lots of competition. I used to practice every day, almost every day. I used to practice judo for 3 to 4 hours. So what had happened was that during one of the practice, in my class, I got my shoulder injured. So my left shoulder, I got my shoulder injured. So what had happened was that I was operated on that on the shoulder, and then after that, everyone who met me, I was told that you should give up your career of sports. You have already started working, and you are not a child anymore. Why do you want to play sport and get injured and have lots of other trouble? But my judo coach is very supportive, and I followed his instructions. I followed whatever he said, and I was able to come back. I was back in the judo class 1 month after my operation, and
Wow,
I think within six months, after 6 months, I won my first state tournament. So
fantastic.
it yes. So it
That's
is
really
about
awesome.
not giving up. So what happens is that see, there are no failures in life is what I believe. There are minor setbacks. Chota mota setback rehta hai, and you can always overcome that. So that is what
I like your
happened with
spirit,
me.
breaking a shoulder bone and calling it as chota mota setback. That itself shows the spirit you have in you. And going on to win a state championship is not a joke, Fazal. Praise be to you.
Thank you so much.
This is really awesome. So, how has the pandemic been treating you? Like, how have you been through this last few months? How have you been
So
coping?
pandemic has taught all of us good lesson. I would say a lesson which we would not have learned otherwise. And see, I am a writer, and even I could not imagine that something like this could have happened. And it is said that fact is stranger than fiction, and that is what we have seen for the past nearly 1 year now. So I am thankful to God. I am lucky that I have a stable job, right, and I can work from home. My company allowed me to work from home up till now. So I would say that it was kind of a good for me that I got to spend lots of time with my family. Uh, that my child is small. My child is around. He's 2.5 years old. So usually fathers don't get to spend so much time with their young kids. But luckily, I got to spend lots of time with him because I remember that before the pandemic, when I used to leave home, he used to be sleeping, and when I used to come back, he used to be sleeping. But I got to spend lots of time with him. Is what I feel. I got to read lots of books. I got to interact with lots of people. That we used to interact physically. Now we interact digitally. So I got to meet so many wonderful people online as well. Yes.
Yes. So I see that you have the spirit of seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. So you are appreciating all the little things that you could do despite, the terrible time we had during the pandemic. You could spend time at
Yes.
home. You're looking at the positive side of things. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
really wonderful. I think that is the spirit we should all live with. And whatever little
Definitely.
we can do for others, we must do in our own capacities. So, did you
Okay.
try to, connect to some people who were suffering? Because I believe in Mumbai there was a lot of, feeding going on, a lot of taking care of going on of people
Hmm.
who were really, troubled because of the pandemic, because
Yes.
of losing
Hmm.
jobs. So, were you
Yeah.
connected with any organization or a group helping them out?
Not connected to any organization, but whatever. See, there are lots of people who are connected to us. Like your maids, your drivers, people whom you whose livelihoods were affected due to this pandemic situation. So we ensured that our maid, she got her supplies, grocery supplies, and other thing. We paid her even for the period, when she was not working for us because of pandemic. No one, maids and all were not allowed in the society. So we ensured, doing whatever small we could from our side. That is what we ensured. And if we take care of these people, who are connected with us, your maids, your drivers, your gardener, your tuition teacher also, I would say, I was there are so many tuition teachers, they lost their livelihood because of the pandemic situation. So all these things is what we need to take care of, because if you have your job, but these people are suffering, so you can take care of them for till the time being. That is what I feel, and that is what I try to do.
Yes. So, yes, I agree with you that, if each one of us takes care of at least the people who are in our environment, we will do a
Yes.
lot. But at the same time, yeah, teachers have had a very tough time, trying to switch
Yeah.
to online teaching, learning the
Yes.
technical part. Even I'm one of them, I'm still struggling with a lot of techie
Yeah.
issues. So,
My
but
wife is a teacher, so I've seen her taking online classes now every day. That is the normal.
oh, wonderful. So, your wife is also teaching.
Yes, my wife is a teacher. She's a teacher in
Oh,
school.
that's so wonderful. So, what about you? Have a son also, right? You said
Yeah, I
you
have
have
a
a
son.
son and you are spending
I have a
time with
son.
him. So, what have you
Yes,
named your son?
my son's name is Samin.
And what does that mean?
It means precious,
Oh, wonderful.
Anmol, as you would say in Hindi. Yeah.
So, you are a family of beautiful named people, Fazel, Haya, and Samin, right? So,
Yes.
I'm going to be
Yes.
meeting them soon after we've had a little bit more of chatting. So, I
Yeah.
want you to now, I went through your first stories, City
Yeah.
under curfew. And then I
Okay.
moved on to your third story, which I found really intriguing. It's
Okay.
about Amar, right?
That's right.
You remember the story?
Of course I do. It is one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, but
And I
sometimes,
remember all my stories, definitely.
yes, and it's called Allah
Yeah.
Ke Bande Hasde. So
That's
I
right.
love this song. So yes, your connection and your love for Bollywood is coming through. So
Yeah.
if there are people who are online and who love this song, just say yes, we love it, so that we know you're there with us. Are you there with us? So do you like the song Allah Ke Bande Hasde?
Yes, it is
Are
one
you
of my
getting any
favorite songs actually.
responses? So should I play one line of the song?
Yes, please. I would love to hear it again. I love this song.
I wanted to do that. Um, Let me just see if I can play it quickly. Yeah, awesome song. And in this story, you are talking about a person called Amar, and
Yes.
who tries all different ways of committing suicide, of giving up life because he feels
Yes.
unwanted, he feels not needed, and he feels he doesn't deserve to live. So many of us,
Yes.
I feel, at some point or the other in our lives, we do go through these, feelings of, now I must end it all. Yeah,
Hmm.
it would be so much better if I just ended it. I think कभी ना कभी हर शख्स को ये problem आती है life में कहीं ना कहीं.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
when you wrote this story, is there any story behind the story, Fazal? Is there a personal story also, or your friend's story which inspired you to write this? Because
Uh,
I feel you have
yeah.
understood the psyche of a person who wants to commit suicide so beautifully, and you
Yes.
brought it across so beautifully in the story. So I felt maybe you have been interacting with somebody like that.
So not exactly anyone, but the thing is that there are phases, as you told, there are phases in your life when you are at a low point, when you are at low point. So for me also, there have been lots of phases in life, when I was in college or after that also, not getting a good job for a long time, not making enough money, all these things, you keep on facing these issues. So there was a period in my life where I was going through a rough patch, you would say. I never thought of committing any such thing, but I could understand where this feeling comes from. You feel that you are worth nothing in this world at times. You feel that nothing is going wrong. You don't see any future for yourself. Whatever you plan, it goes wrong, and then there's a psychological reason also at times. But then people, we should not empathize with people who have these suicidal tendencies, right? I guess I'm really happy that government has decriminalized suicide. It used to be a criminal offense a few years ago, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
But
Yes.
recently, it has been decriminalized because a person who tries to commit suicide, he doesn't need punishment. He needs understanding, right? So so that is what was something that led me to write this story about this person who is not getting anything right, and he wants to commit suicide, and he's not able to commit suicide. He tries different ways, and somehow he's saved every time. So that is
Yes.
how it was. And
And it's so, the way you put it in the last part, he tries everything possible all at once. I think I'll leave it to the
yes,
readers to go to the book and
yeah,
read.
yeah,
It's so
yes, yes,
beautifully done. So,
yes,
and then finally, when he does, he's called Amar and he does something so wonderful before he dies. So he was meant to live to save the child, right? So I think so.
yeah,
This is, I think, one thing I feel also. I've also been through these phases, and I know a lot of people
okay,
who
yeah,
have been through this,
mhm,
feeling, and sometimes it's a recurring feeling every month, every 6 months, that you
yeah,
just want to end everything and get over with it. So it's very important to really, find, understand and connect to life, and understand and connect to yourself. I think the basic questions we need to ask ourselves, that why are we here in this world? What is our purpose? And
mm,
really, appreciate every single day the beauty we have all around us, the natural beauty, the things, and most importantly, be really grateful. And if you can't find anything to be grateful about, just be very grateful for being able to breathe right.
yes,
I think just being able to breathe well is something to celebrate these days, just
yes,
good health. Because if you're breathing right, there are a whole lot of avenues open to you, whole lot of things you can do in life. You just have to make up your mind. No matter if your shoulder bone is broken, you can still become a state champion. No matter you are not studying in a good school, you can still top the university, right? And you have shown
yes.
it to us, Fazelle, and I am so, so very proud of you for that. It's really
Thank you
wonderful
so much,
talking to
Shruti.
you.
It
Yeah.
means a lot
And
coming from you.
in this, book, you have said this. I found this really interesting. Like, this fellow says that I have acquired a reverse Midas touch. You
Yes,
know, the Midas story has been always a favorite story of mine. I've shared it on
yeah,
Diliwali Nani with children, touching everything
mhm,
and turning into gold, turning it into gold.
yeah,
And and I think the pandemic has really taught us, do we really need so much gold? Do we really need so
yeah,
much materialism around us? We
yes,
really don't need, So I think people are retrospecting a lot, thinking a lot about what is it they really need and what is it that they really want to do with
yes,
their lives. So that's another good thing that the pandemic has come through for
mm,
us, and done this thing for all of us.
mm,
So any other story you would like to talk about, Fazelle, from this wonderful collection in your book?
yes,
Which
yeah.
story is your own favorite story?
Uh, so, uh, so I all are my stories, right? So it is like asking
Yes.
a mother who is the favorite child. Say-
Yes, that's a
so
tough one.
all are my favorite stories. But Allah Ke Bande is one of my favorite stories, and even City Under Curfew, I like that story a lot. That is why it is even the name of the book. I have kept it on that. So City Under Curfew and Other Stories is the name of my book. So City Under
Yes.
Curfew is a story about a police inspector who is asked to do duty in a curfew situation where riots have taken place, and
Yes.
what happens after that, and so how media manipulates things, and lots of other things which are there. That
Yes.
is also one of my favorite stories. Then there is a story about the name of the story is Forecast. So this story is about a family. So they are a extended family. So there is a father, son, and grandfather, grandmother, and they have a small child as well. And they have an astrologer. So the story is about their astrologer. So the son who is there, he doesn't believe in astrology, but rest everyone in the family, they believe in astrology. So it is a story about that. That is also one of my favorite stories. Yeah.
I think they are set in a very Indian context, and I think everybody will really relate to it, because in India we all like to go to astrologers whether we believe in them or not. But some point or the other,
Yeah.
we do go and ask them, and we
Yeah.
like to refer to them. And
There was a phase in my life where I used to believe so much in these things, astrology, palmistry. I used to, I had even learned palmistry a little bit, but
really, that's interesting.
yeah,
Philosophy.
yeah, yeah,
Can you read
but
the chart?
I stopped doing it now. So I believe it is better to believe in yourself than believing in stars and suns and lines on your hand. Because see, even people those who don't have hands, even they have fate, right? So it
Yeah.
is not that
My
only. Yeah.
dad used to study Kirosophy a lot. In fact, a lot of his friends used to
Okay.
come every Friday to show their hand, and they used to swear by
Okay.
everything he said. And they would ask
Okay.
their, week and coming week and all. And he used to laugh and say that, if you have a strong mind, because he would never read my
Yeah.
hand. And he said, if you have
Yeah.
a strong mind, you can change your lines. So,
Yes.
focus on your mind, create good causes, and all the
Yes.
lines will be wonderful. So I
Definitely.
also believe that if we keep our minds in the right frame, and we keep appreciating, live with gratitude, and keep making those causes, so
Hmm.
all the stars and all the lines will be with us. Don't you think so?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So like they say, just learn to smile and don't try to find reasons for it, and
Definitely.
everything will happen the way you
Yeah.
want. So
Yes.
basically, living with gratitude. So I know you live with a lot of gratitude, because every time you are always appreciating your parents, your teachers. Every time I've had this opportunity to talk to you, and that another very beautiful quality about you, which I really appreciate. And
Thank you so much.
and like, of course, I want you to be sending a message to the youth
Okay.
of our country, as well as
Yeah.
you have a young little boy at home who's going to
Yeah.
take on the future of our country.
Yes.
Samin, so what is it that you would like to, tell all these youngsters and the future
Hmm.
generation of our country?
Yeah. So
Can you just
before
share
that, I would,
something?
sure, I would come to that. But before that, I would like to say that whatever we are, whatever you become in life, so you become because of the people that come into your life, right? Whether it is your parents, your friends, your teachers, your bosses, your office colleagues, your college friends, people whom you stay around. At times, it could be meeting someone in a train or a bus or in a plane, and having a conversation. So the least we could do is be thankful to people because of whom you have been able to learn so much. So it is always good to be appreciative and thanking people who have helped you in life, right? So that is why I'm always thankful to to my parents, to my brother, to my cousins, my extended family, and all the people, my teachers, my bosses, whom I have met in life, and colleagues and everyone. Yeah. So yeah. So thank you for going a bit off tangent on that. Yeah. So you had asked also about what the youth of this country needs to do, right? So I would say that there are only five things that you need to do. If you do these five things, I think that you should be in a yeah you should be able to have a good life and maybe mostly successful in life. So the very first thing what I feel is that you should have a good education, right? The first thing,
Absolutely.
education, formal education also, right? And see, it is not only about collecting degrees. I have seen people who are having big degrees and they are actually bigots, right, in real life. So it is not that you should only education only doesn't mean collecting degrees, but it also means having a an understanding about life. And nowadays with internet and with social media and with so many things available, you can learn so much, right? You can go to YouTube and you can watch so many videos. There are so many courses nowadays
Absolutely.
that you can do free of cost, right? There are so many
Absolutely.
things that you can learn, right? Everything you can
Yeah.
learn. So internet instead of wasting time on internet, there are so many things that you can learn. So it is education. Formal education is of course important, but also you can get educated. You can learn so much from the informal education.
It's like
The
self-educating. That
yes, yes,
earnestness
yes,
to really learn more, to be a learner all the
yes,
time. Yes, to have the
definitely,
spirit of
right?
learning. Very good. That's,
Yes,
I think, the number
for
one thing.
yes.
And I think this is not
And
just for the youngsters, it's now for everybody, at all ages.
everybody, everybody.
We must keep
Yes, yes,
learning. We have to be lifelong
yeah,
learners.
yeah. Till
Yes,
the last day of your life, you should be learning. Is what I feel that it doesn't. Your learning doesn't
yes,
stop after your college. I remember when Sachin Tendulkar was playing his last Test match, his 200 Test match. It was going to be his last match. After that, he would not play cricket. That was already decided. And India was already going to win the match by an innings, right? And West Indies was going to lose because they had too many runs to score, and India would not even need to bat again. And Sachin had already batted his last time, most likely. But even then, there was a little bit chance that he would need to bat again. So because of that, what I read in papers that because of that, minuscule percentage chance that he would have to bat, he practiced in the net. So a person who played cricket for 24 years, international cricket for 24 years, and it is the last day of his life playing cricket, but still he went and practiced in the net because, and even and he was not required because his batting would not come most likely, and it didn't come. But he had that learning spirit that I should still practice, right? So that is what it is, right? You have to learn. When you stop learning is what I feel is you stop living. You learn every day, and you have to keep on learning and unlearning and then learning. That is very important. Yeah, Shruti.
absolutely, Fazal. We have some
Yeah,
very wonderful role models in our own country. And yes,
definitely.
no, I'm not much of a cricket fan, but I am a Sachin fan. And
Yeah, who isn't?
he has
Who
really
isn't?
shown us so many things,
Yeah,
on what we should be
yes,
like and what we should be doing.
yeah,
No doubt about that. So, yes.
definitely.
And what's your second point? This is the first point. Keep
Yeah,
learning. Second,
keep learning, right? Second point is that what I would say is keeping good company, right? So it is very important that you stay around people who are successful in life, who don't have bad habits, right? So make friends who are So there is a law of attraction which is also there, which comes into play over here. Is that having a good company? So stay away from bad habits, stay away from bad vices, right? It is very easy. It is very attractive to get into bad habits on bad vices, but it is always better if it will be much better if you would stay away from those bad vices and focus on good things of life and stay around with people who are successful. Yes,
absolutely. So,
yes,
like there is a Buddhist parable that says that it's better to get killed by a mad elephant than to go in the company of evil friends. you know
definitely.
so it's so
Yeah.
true. We can reshape our lives by connecting
Mm,
to the right kind of people, having the right
mm.
kind of company. And these days I think it's so easy to even connect online with so many amazing
Yes,
personalities.
yes, yes, yes.
So if there's nobody in your immediate environment, you can go online and find the right people to connect to. Don't you think so? So that's
Definitely,
a great
definitely.
one. Yes. So that's your number 2 point. Connect to the right
Yes,
people. Stay away
connect to the
from
right people. Yeah,
vices. Then third,
yes.
I'm
So third
intrigued. I
point
want to know
is
all five. What is the third now?
yeah. So the third one is what I would believe is that you should take care of your health, right?
Okay.
Because you have only one body that you have, right? And it is very important that you eat proper, you exercise well, especially in your teenage and your early 20s. You should have actually, because that is when your
So
body's foundation
even
is laid, is
even
what I believe.
after, don't want to tell my age, but even after 30, you can. And I think
Yeah, and
this should
it
have been
is
number one.
definitely, definitely.
You're putting it
Yeah,
on three, but this health should be number one,
yes, yes,
because without
definitely.
health, we can't do anything.
You
And the
can't do
pandemic has
anything.
taught us that even,
Yes,
more than anything else, right?
definitely.
So
Yes,
totally agree with you on that. Health should be first priority for everyone. Let's not eat toxic stuff. Let's not drink toxic
yes,
stuff. Let's take care
definitely.
of what we are putting into our bodies, right?
Yes, yes,
Uh, So I'm
Yeah,
learning this myself, you know.
and as you said, it
As
is
well.
lifelong. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
I would say
I
that,
do a lot
now,
of conscious
uh,
eating these days. I'm not
yeah,
indulging
yeah,
junk food anymore. So that's a
yes.
good thing. Yes. So what's the fourth
So
one?
I'm touching 40, so I also feel that I'm realizing that, how important health is. Eating right, exercising, taking care of your body is very
Yes.
important. Yeah,
At 18 also it's important.
every age it is important. So it is, whether you are 1 year old or you are 105 years old. So you have to take care of your health, is what I
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it's a joke with my friends that I'm 18 with
Hmm.
a 40 years experience. So I was talking about myself when I said 18. So
Okay.
okay, so there we go. Health is important. Then what is the fourth thing?
Yes. Fourth thing, what I feel is that communication is very important. You should have good communication skills. So even if you have a technical education, whether you are engineer, you are an architect, even if you are a doctor, right? So one thing that what I have seen in my 15 years of corporate experience is that one thing which will be the deal breaker for you always would be your communication skills, right? What you know is very important. You need to have good knowledge, but how you express those things, how you have a verbal communication, how you speak with people, how you present things, right? That is very important to grow in life. Not only verbal, written also, because nowadays if you are working in office, so most of the communication is through emails, right? So you should know how to write proper emails. You should know how to communicate. So communication is something which will make a difference. So even if you go to a doctor, right, if the best doctor you feel would be the one who has communicated with you very well, right? And if
Yes.
there could be another doctor, that doctor could be a very good surgeon. But if he can't speak with the patient properly, the patient might feel that this doctor is not correct, right? So it is very important. I believe that need to have developed communication skills. Uh, Unfortunately, not much emphasis is given to communication skills in our colleges. It is only about normal subjects that you are taught. But communication skills is something that needs to be given lots of importance, I would feel, in colleges also nowadays. And if not in college, but you can develop it yourself. It is very important that you need to have good
And it's
communication skills.
all nowadays, it's also a lot of online communication that we need to learn.
Yes, yes,
We need
all
to
kinds of
understand
communication.
body
Yeah,
language. We need to
yeah,
understand non-verbal
yeah,
communication. I think
definitely.
that's
Your
so,
tone
so
of
key.
voice, yeah, tone of
Yes,
voice.
because
Uh,
at this point of time where what the world is going through, we all need to feel that connection with each other.
yeah,
So the only way to really be able to connect in a very beautiful and positive way is to improve our communication skills. I'm with you
yes,
totally on that. So that's your
yes.
number four. And what's the final number five coming for the youth?
Number five, yeah. So number five is to read good books. Is what I would suggest.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So which book
So
is your favorite book?
so I
Because,
read. Yeah,
yeah, continue.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. So I have read lots of books. I read a lot, right? But there have been a few books which have been quite impactful for me. So I would say that one of the best books that I have read is Godfather by Mario Puzo. There has been a movie. I think lots of movies have been
Yes,
made on that novel, and
yes.
and there are lots of copies also. Lots of copies of Godfather have also been created. But the novel Godfather is something that teaches us so much about human psychology, how to interact with people, how to negotiate, how to come out of difficult situations, how to build relationships, right? So that is one of my favorite books, I would say, uh,
Yeah.
is what I've read. Recently, I have read your book, Shruti, and that has been also, I was touched after reading your book.
Oh,
It
that's
was such an
wonderful.
amazing, yeah, it was such an amazing book.
Oh,
I
thank you so
really
much.
loved all the stories about women. All your stories were about strong women, and I believe that a nation can't progress if the women are not educated and women are not strong. And you can see, right, the countries where the women are educated, the women participation is higher in education, in jobs, in management, in politics, right? These countries are the ones which are progressive countries, and they have everything better, whether it is standard of living or their health indices, their earning. So, as I said that, and I love that each and every story was about a woman and how they lived their life and the challenges they faced, and I was really touched by reading that. So that is
Thank
also
you
one
so
of my
much. Yes,
favorite.
they were all very undefeated women, undefeated
Yes,
souls.
yes,
And yes, I've
definitely.
been asked to write 7 stories for men, which I'll be doing soon.
Yes,
So I will not, I don't have any, gender bias. So it's just that I
okay,
wrote about women because I understand women
yeah,
better and I have more women
yes,
friends. So I thought
yeah,
I could start with that first. So Godfather, definitely, and I believe the movie is even better than the book. And but Godfather
yes,
is, from what I remember, I read it long back. It's set in New York and it's got a lot of crime
yeah,
and all that in it.
yeah,
That's something I personally don't like too
yeah,
much. But of course, it's a great favorite book of so many people, and there's so much to
yes,
learn from it, as you say.
yes,
So, since you are very interested in society and understanding, how the world operates, how psychology operates, how people are and their hearts and all, I want to recommend a book to you which I'm reading recently. I'm actually
sure.
in a hotel room in Jaipur. I've come here to attend a wedding. That's why I'm all glitter today. I won't be
Hmm.
like this on every show. So I have used this to balance my equipment on. So this is
Okay,
called Choose Life. Choose Life.
choose life.
Stay
Okay,
undefeated. Choose Life. It's a book of
okay,
dialogues between Daisaku Ikeda and Arnold Toynbee. And it's an amazing, awesome book. If you get a chance, do not. I'm not going to say get a chance. Just get the book and read it, Fazal. You'll love it.
sure, sure. I'll do that.
And all
Uh,
the viewers who are watching, you can all go get a copy and read it if you are interested
okay.
in society, if you're interested in people, and you're
Hmm.
interested in, thinking about the future and how we're going to leave this world and what we
Hmm.
can do for this world. So, a lot of
Yeah,
insights into that in this book. So,
yes.
this has been
I'll
really
definitely
great.
read the book. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll
So, one
definitely
more
read the
thing I
book.
want.
Sorry.
Yeah, read the
Yeah,
book. So another thing I
yeah.
want to, before we end the call, I want to talk about is this which all of us love is Bollywood.
Hmm.
So, which is your favorite movie, Fazal?
Hmm. So I have been a big Bollywood fan, right from my childhood. I was like, I am crazy about watching movies, and I especially like watching older movies. I feel that the newer movies are actually not that great. So I still watch lots of old movies. Uh, if I have to choose one movie which has actually been very impactful for me, that is Guide, the movie Guide, by which is directed by, I think it is directed by Chetan Anand. No, it is directed
Gita
by
Mohan, I remember.
Goldie Anand.
Beautiful
Yeah,
songs.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Goldie Anand, and it has Devanand and Wahida Rahman.
Yes.
So, it is an amazing movie. It is an amazing story, and I
I think
really like the
Devanand was an
lesson.
awesome creative personality too. I mean, so much to
Yeah,
learn from
definitely was.
Devanand.
Yeah,
So
along
what
with
was
his
it
good
about
looks, I think.
what was it in the movie that made a difference to your life? You were telling me about
So
something one day, some
yes,
last part of
so
the
if
movie.
you
I don't remember it too
yeah,
well
so
though.
yeah, the climax of the movie, if you have seen the movie, so the story is about Raju Guide, and who this guide, tourist guide, who is there, and who is kind of a crook person, and he is arrested, and then he is jailed, and then he comes out of jail, and instead of going to his village, he stays in a different village, and people mistake him for a god man. They feel he's a swami, and then he acts that he's a swami because he is getting everything free of cost, right? So he acts like a swami, and then there is a drought in the village. Uh, it doesn't rain, and then he's asked to fast, and he says, "I'll fast for the rain." And then there is the last part where he's fasting for a long time, and he has two options. Either he goes to steal food actually because he is feeling hungry, and he goes to steal food, and then there is a fight between the bad Raju and the spiritual Raju, what he has become right now.
Right.
So the Raju guide and the spiritual guru who is there, there is a dialogue between them. So that dialogue which is there, between good and bad. So every human being has good and bad, right? And they are in a constant fight with each other, is what I believe, right? So who wins, whether the good part of you wins or the bad part of you wins, that decides what your life is going to be, right? Every
Absolutely.
person is good and bad. It is not that people only have good things. There is bad in everyone, right? And there is good in everyone. So but
Like
the good
they
part
say,
of
there
you,
are two wolves within us. One is the good wolf and the bad wolf.
yes,
So who
yes,
will win
that's
the
exactly
fight?
right.
The one you
Yes,
feed
and
more.
yes, definitely.
Yeah. So if you're
So
feeding
that
good
last,
things,
yeah, definitely. And the
yeah,
last
good
part of
thoughts,
that
good
movie, yeah,
actions.
yeah, that dialogue between the good wolf, as you have said, and the bad one, and
Yeah.
that something is philosophy of life. If you understand that, so
Yes.
amazing acting by
Absolutely.
Devanand, yeah. And amazing
Yeah.
direction,
So to
amazing
remain
dialogues,
undefeated, the undefeated soul you are, it's so important for us to keep feeding
yeah,
that good wolf, to feed ourselves with good
yes,
thoughts of gratitude, love,
yes,
compassion,
hmm,
and keep the wisdom intact, have a lot of
right,
courage, and
yes,
to, literally starve
hmm,
the other wolf, the negative wolf,
yes,
even if he tries to get up, just push
right.
him down and say, no,
And you
I
know
don't
what?
want toxicity. I don't want
Right,
negativity in my life. I
right.
don't want to have anything to do with what is not right, for people
And
and for
what
humanity.
I would like to add something on this is, when you are at times it is difficult to suppress the bad wolf. There are times when, like, if you are hungry, what would you do? You don't have money to buy food.
Okay.
What would you do? You will steal, right? So there are at times, I had seen this movie Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man series, which came directed by Sam Raimi. That is one of my favorite series of Spider-Man. And I think in
Yeah.
part two, it was said, that whether when you have a choice to make between good and bad, right and wrong, you can always choose to be right, right? And I believe there was one dialogue in Diwar film also, since I'm a movie buff, that Shashi Kapoor had shot a child who was stealing bread, right?
Yes.
And he had then gone to his father. His father was a very poor person, that boy's father, and then he came to know that he has stolen bread. So his father was a school teacher. He said that there are so many people who are hungry. It doesn't mean that everyone has to start stealing, right? So so it is all
Yeah.
very important when you are in these tough situations. It becomes more important to it becomes tough to be good, and that is when your test of character comes out. That when everything
Yes.
is going fine, then it is good. Then you can be good. But when you have to when it is difficult, and to be good
Yes.
in that period is
Yes.
something which is a test of character, actually. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like,
Mm.
also in your first story, you've talked about this really authentic, honest policeman, and how people,
Yeah.
don't look at him with regard, and how we
Yeah.
actually treat our policemen also in a very wrong way.
Yeah.
People who are working so hard for us, and we say,
Mm.
no, he's not doing anything, and we are focusing only on what they're not being able to do. So that was also very touching,
Yeah.
point when I read your book, and it's so true. It's so true to real life. When we self-reflect.
Mhm.
So it's so easy for us to judge others and to put
Yes.
others down. And I think the most important thing is to keep a track on your own self, don't you think?
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
so just on that note, I think I will say thank you to you, Fazelle, for sharing so many of your ideas and your thoughts and being here on this show with me on a Saturday evening. I hope your wife is not annoyed with me. So I would like to call her on also and say thank you to her if she's available.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me check if you. Let me check. Just give me
yeah,
a
if
moment.
she's
I'll just
around,
check.
and
Yeah.
if your son is
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
I would like to thank him also and tell him
Sure. Sure.
I don't know if he can
I'm in
discern
the
which
other room.
one.
Yeah. Just let me check. Yeah.
So that was Fazelle for us. A wonderful, undefeated soul, a young boy who has achieved so much in life and is so, so inspiring.
Yeah. So I'm so sorry, Shruti. My son was actually crying, so my wife has taken him down to play. So
Okay,
they're not there right
that's fine. Please do thank her
now.
for allowing you to come on the
Yeah.
show and be spending so much time on a Saturday evening with us.
No,
And
it's
I'm sure the
perfectly
viewers
fine.
have enjoyed, you know, the program. And very soon, next week, every Saturday at 7 p.m., I'm going to come back with some great personalities to have a conversation with them. And next week, everybody who's here, I'm going to be calling a war veteran, and we're going to have a very
Wow.
interesting conversation. So be there on with me at 7 p.m. on Saturday. Fazal, you two are invited. And
Definitely, I'll be there. Don't worry. Yeah. I'll watch all
yes,
the
thank you.
episodes.
Yes, thank you so much for being there. So,
Thank you so much, Shruti. It was an
yes.
like I really appreciate you calling me on this show, and it was nice to talk with you and learn a lot. Actually, I learn a lot whenever I talk with you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.